Welcome to War 12 of Season 28. We got the finale here. Don't have a ton of fights. I was only slated for 2, I think. Maybe 3. As the end of the season, seeing who had boosts and whatnot, and that's just how this one worked out. But just because I don't have many, don't mean they're just gimmies. So you can see here I boosted up kind of big. Part of this is because for the 30% one is I'm going to buy the Cav bundle, and I don't really like having those in overflow a lot. So it's kind of why I've used those quite a bit this season, even though I probably didn't need to use them in most cases. But if you got them, use them. Otherwise, you're just going to lose them. So going into this fight, I done this fight before. I was planning, to get everything to get into the cycle and do my best not to trigger dexterity so I wouldn't have to deal with burden of might. But he wasn't quite as agreeable as I would prefer. I don't think, Here's where I triggered dex, and I should have just taken a hit to the block to get to the SP3, but instead I triggered, and you can see here I'm kind of in a bad pattern now. So here I should have just baited out the special. Here I thought I could get to an SP1 before he throws it, but then I realized that's not going to happen. So I've got to bait this special. Here he throws it. I'm looking at the bubble shield, and I'm like, all right, I'm good here. So what I should have done here is made sure that I was going to have a 20, but he goes unblockable. Gets to SP3. I just did not manage the bubble shield well at all. And here I'm going to go boom. But I'm not dead. So here I've got the SP2, and I'm going to use that to heal up the adrenaline. And I don't quite realize it until this point whenever I got the reparry, and I realized the concussion on me from the SP3, and I'm like, oh, that's really not good. And I'm like, okay, well, at least the aura stole the power. So I'm like, all right, I kind of really need that concussion to go away. So I'm just kind of throwing the SP1. I see there it does not steal it. So I'm like, oh, crud. But I'm still okay. And, I'm not letting him get out of control. There I was able to intercept with the SP1, which just set me up perfectly. Just go ahead and throw off this SP2. And I still have the aura up. I'm only at 27 bubble shield, so I'm okay. And he's being a lot more agreeable now. And this I'm just ready to throw off. And it like that. You've really got to monitor a lot with that fight, and really the big key is not triggering dexterity until you get into that first rotation with the SP3, because then you can throw that, go into the SP1, SP2, or you can just rotate through the SP3. So it was that's the better way to play it. I should have just taken a blocked hit, which I could have then triggered my SP3, which I think it takes away dexterity on an SP3. I don't remember exactly, or the next hit would have, and I would have been fine on managing the everything all together. But oh well, live and learn. Going into this fight, I realized that this thing was going to be very slow, especially with the AI on sometimes not really wanting to set you up for easy parries, and that I should have been using the heavy with a better spacing to get rid of the true strike. So there I start doing it, and then I'm just like, I'll just use the heavy for everything. Again, this is the armor up node. There I throw the heavy, but I realize I'm a little bit too close. I needed a dash back again, so I just ate it. Not the brightest move. I do have stand your ground on, so I could have possibly just resisted it. But yeah, or resisted parry. I couldn't have resisted because I wasn't blocking, but I could have tried to pull off a resist parry. If you've ever fought an AI in arena, that's done that to you. But yeah, so this is another just ugly fight. I mean, it's the end of the season. And I'm just like, yeah, we're coming down to the end of it. Here's where I'm like, all right, I got about the right spacing, looking good. And another thing is with these long fights, you can see his furies really start to stack up whenever you have torch, which is really useful. But why I'm not using my special is because I want to hold on to that for most of the fight. In case I did get, a little bit stuck, then I could get myself out of a corner. Or, if I do get hit in the face, then I can use the unstoppability. But I decided at this point, like, I needed to do a little bit more damage. And I realized something else. The SP3 gives him an unblockability, so I wouldn't have to really worry about much. So probably should have used the SP3 a little bit more, as long as I had good screen spacing. But here, I'm just looking for a parry, and then, this fight's over. So if I remember right, those were the only 2 fights I was assigned, and then we're going into a big boy fight. So let's see, what is this fight? Yeah, we're going directly into the boss fight. So add an alliance mate, go in here, took it with the hazard shift node up, trying to kill it with ghost. Sometimes stuff happens. But he still got 360,000 health left, so this isn't a gimme. So I was like, all right, I know what I'm doing. I fought Mojos before. So medium, light, medium, and just wait for the heavy. And that's about it. I was trying to monitor his anti-life shield stuff. But, it's quite difficult. And especially, I think I got really bad RNG because I saw a block hit a lot. And then here is what I was talking about with, being slow on the heavy. And here he throws the SP2. I really didn't have much of a choice. I get that intercept there, which is mostly just a, please, yes. Yay. And this thing goes went sideways real quick, so I got more lucky than good on that fight, but hey, I'll take it. And it's the end of the season, so we're good. I finished up with 64 kills, 3 deaths, PR rank 3 in the BG, 11 overall, so 1 out of that top 10 emerald zone. But oh well, it's cool. We did lose this one. I mean, it's against Matrix. We know they've been dirty before, and it's not the first shenanigan alliance we fought this season that we were like, this doesn't look right. And everyone kind of at the beginning of this war was like, yeah, something's up. And I'm pretty sure they got docked. I didn't really look into it that much. I don't really pay that much attention. So stay tuned. I got the Summer of Pain rewards that'll drop after this one, not long. And then I'll do the War Season rewards not long after that. So y'all have a good one.